Alright, so this is the review for 11.1 to 11.4. And so we start out with 81 to the 1/4 power. The 4 comes from the fact that it's the 4th root. And the exponents inside the root are the numerators. So 8 divided by 4 is 2. 12 divided by 4, that should be a 4. Is 3. And when I break down 81, we got 9 times 9 and 3 times 3, which gives me 4 3s, which gives me 3a squared b to the 3rd. For problem number 2, it's asking me to simplify, and when I simplify 64 a to the 6th b to the 10th, I'm going to take my exponents and divide by 5 because there's 5 on the outside. So I got 1 with a remainder of 1 for a, so I got a on the outside and 1a on the inside for the remainder. Remainder stays on the inside. When I do 10 divided by 5, I get 2 with a remainder of 0, which means I have b squared on the outside. And then for 64, I have to make a factor tree. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means 1, 2 goes on the outside. That 2 that's left, that goes on the inside. So my answer is 2ab squared, the 5th root of 2a. Alright, for problem number 3, we have our formula for growth. And so the residents of Mathville decrease at a rate of 6% per year. There were 10,165, so that's our starting point. It decreases by 0.6%, which I rewrite as 0.006. And then we have going from 2001 to 2020, which gives me a 19-year. So all we have to do is plug in these numbers, and it's a nice answer of 9,067 people, because I'm going to round to the nearest person. For problem number 4, we have our compound interest formula. And so we have 1,300. 1 plus the rate is 5%, so we got 0.05. Quarterly is 4. And then the time in years is 10 years. So here's the equation. Make sure that if you don't have a calculator that automatically puts it all into the exponent, that you put parentheses around the 4 times 10, or you can just put in 40 because you know 4 times 10 is 40. And you wind up with $2,136.71. Now it asks once again if we do this compounded continuously, which means we have y equals pe to the RT. So we have our 1300 e to the 0.05 times 10. E is second ln, 0.05 times 10. Turns out to be $2,143.34. And remember, for these problems, when you compound continuously, that should always be the higher number. For this problem, it starts out by asking, is it the yield of trees increasing or decreasing? And so what I would probably do is just check on my calculator. So I plug this into y1, and instead of using t, I'm using x. When I graphed it, I changed my window from 0 to 100 and from 0 to 10, and the graph looks something like this, which means that my yield is growing. How many will there be in 15 years? We'll plug 15 into there. Y equals negative 6.7, not negative, 6.7 e to negative 48.1 over 15. And the answer turned out to be 0.271. So it is growth because of the picture. So for this problem, we have log base 5 of 1/5. Well, I know the answer is going to be negative because the log is the base is a whole number and the problem is a fraction, and because it only takes 1/5 to get to 5, we got negative 1/5. Problem number 2 is we got log base 36 of 6. And if you think about it like this, is 36 to what power equals 6? So that's 6 squared to the x equals 6 to the first. So these two are equal to 1, which means x is equal to 1/2. For this one, you rewrite this as a logarithm. So we got log base 1/4. The 16 becomes the problem. The exponent becomes the answer. And if they give you the logarithm, log base 16 of 2 equals 1/4, you rewrite this with base 16. The 1/4 becomes the exponent, and the 2 becomes what is equaled. Alright, for problem number 8a, I'm going to try and get this down to the point where I have my logs in one place, so I'm going to start out by moving these to be exponents. Since I'm not doing anything to the other side, I'm not really going to have to write anything down over there. I'm just going to sort of move this down as we go along. And so 2 to the 4th power and 27 to the 1/3 power are 16 and 3. This minus sign right here means division. So that's 16 over 3 equals log base 8 of a. Those cancel, and so 16/3 equals a. Final problem. The log base 4s are not needed because they're both on each side. Subtract 3. 2x is equal to 12. So x is equal to 6. And that's the entire review for this first part.